Took the gloss off a beautiful innings. What kind of the finish there and the boos and everything, mate? Can you kind of talk us through that last ball and stuff that led into it?
I actually said to Hughesy the over before, just finish it. And then he hit a dot and the crowd started getting up a bit, so I then went down and said, actually, let's not run. And then, that last over I was obviously looking to just try and hit a boundary, and then got one couple of foot over my head that I wouldn't be able to reach on a step ladder. So I can't imagine he meant it, but a bit of an anticlimax. But just happy that I was there at the end and able to get us to the final.
I mean, getting a ton would have been a pretty big deal, obviously, for you. Like, it would have obviously meant something a little more.
Yeah, well, it's only it's 100, but I'm not overly. It would have been nice. It would have been the icing on the cake, but just pleased that we were able to, put in such a good win, and the fact we're playing in Sydney now, another final, try and replicate what happened last year. So just delighted to be there.
As you touched on, it wasn't just a wide; it was a proper wide, wasn't it? He really didn't leave the umpire a choice. Did you have a chat with AJ? Did he kind of?
I can't really remember at the end. I think I walked off to point to avoid him, but I think he said he didn't mean it, and I just had some food there, and their guy said he didn't mean it. So take his word for it. Like I said, it's didn't impact the game at all. Just would have been a nice way to finish, but so be it.
There's another wide delivery that everyone was talking about. The call behind with Mitch Marsh. Sock was saying he supports the idea of having DRS in Big Bash. You got a view on it?
I mean, majority of competitions do have it. I was at deep point and haven't seen a replay, so I can't see if it was a bad decision, how bad it was. But I mean, the umpires are obviously doing their best, but throughout the tournament they're going to make errors. They're only human, so I'd support the idea of DRS as well.
James, when he's told that the SCG is back on the table?
Only actually at the end of the game. We knew there was half a chance it might be happening, but we were waiting until after today for it to be confirmed. So, doubly good news to walk off and find out we're playing back there on Saturday.
Given the travel you guys have had to do, what does that mean to know that you can go back in and actually play in front of your own team?
Yeah, well, it's obviously nice for us and nice for guys that live in Sydney to be able to, although they won't be going home, but just to be back in Sydney. And for our fans and members that we've tried to stay in touch with throughout the competition, and we had some here tonight, but they deserve as much as we do for to be able to come and watch a grand final. So just great end to the evening to find out that, and can't wait to get there on Saturday.
You touched in the post-match interview. You touched on Josh's innings. You get the best view in the house of him when he's going ballistic. What is it like batting with him, and what do you see for the non-strikers then?
The ball hitting the middle of the bat majority of the time. The last couple of years he's been amazing at the top of the order. I think I said in the interview at the end, for someone so young to do it so consistently and at a strike rate and play the shots he does, you don't often see consistency from someone that approaches it in that way. So I think he's got shots all around the ground. He's good against spin, good against pace. I think he's got a massive future ahead of him.
And how does that enable you to go about things? Does it take a little bit of pressure off you to go out, straight away? Just going strong.
Yeah, well, he's been taking the first ball, and he's generally in the first over since I've been up the top. He's been hitting a boundary early on in that first over, so immediately, puts some pressure back on the bowlers. He clipped one for 2 over mid on, and then I think the next ball or the ball after he smoked one, wide of mid on over the top for 4. And for Richo, who's probably their most dangerous bowler, for him to stand there and hit him back over his head like that, I think this sends a real good message. And it takes the pressure off me. I guess I can just stand there and try and play the way I do. And over time we've generally batted well together. So hopefully that can continue into the weekend.
Do you think winning this title would be a bigger achievement than last year, like given the season that you guys have had to top the table, having not played a single home game and whatnot?
I think it probably would, yeah. And I don't know if anyone. You don't often have teams go back to back in tournaments. You generally, Shippy speaks about being hunted after winning it. So. All things considered, like you say, being on the road and not having a home game along the way, apart from the odd game here. But I think it's just been a massive effort. The group stayed together really well. I think that's a big strength of the Sixers as a franchise. We've been on the road together for a long time, a couple of months, and you could easily have a bit of friction there, but there's been nothing. The guys are really enjoy each other's company, the coaching staff, everyone behind the scenes. So that's a big part of our success, I think.